Hi there, Occupy the NEDAC friends. This is William. I'm in Norman, Oklahoma. It looks like it's about 26 minutes past 4 o'clock p.m. It's Central Standard Time. We're right in the middle of the United States. The We have the same time as Chicago or Dallas, Houston, uh, or New Orleans, and Little Rock, and Kansas City. I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about the NEAT Act, the most revolutionary piece of legislation that's ever been introduced into Congress. It changes everything because it changes who creates money. You know who creates all the money now? The commercial bankers. When they make loans, they don't give you money that they've got in the drawer somewhere. They give you money that they create right then when they punch that button on their computer and say, "Mr. Smith, look on your cell phone, and you'll see that $80,000 for that new car that you want is right there, right now, and you can spend it." And that's how money's created. Okay. Now, what does that do? That gives that banker the power to decide who gets money and how much they get. You ever vote for a banker? Somebody said, "Well, yeah, he voted for his credit union banker." Well, fuck the credit unions. They are tiny little things compared to the $1 trillion banks that we have going, like J.P. Morgan Chase, which J.P. Morgan Chase owns over almost half of the stock in the Federal Reserve System. Okay, the Occupy the NEAT Act. The NEAT Act is going to buy that stock back from J.P. Morgan and all the other bankers that are invested in the Federal Reserve System. We're not going to take their assets away from them. We're just going to buy it from them, and with the new dollars that we create in the NEAT Act. This thing is a fucking revolution. Uh, uh, what we're going to do is the NEAT Act does three things. It nationalizes the Federal Reserve, puts it in the Treasury under the control of the executive. Don't think that the Federal Reserve is part of the government, because if you think it is, then tell me what part of the government it is. Is it executive, legislative, or judicial? That's the three parts. That's all we got. And it's not any of those. So then it ends fractional reserve banking, which is the power of the banks to create money. Like they're supposed to have 10% of the money that they loan out in reserves. Well, that's actually wrong, because when they make a loan, they create the reserve. The reserve might not be in that bank, but it's in the banking system. And that night, if they need reserves, they can borrow it because it's in the system. Okay. So, and then we're going to spend money into the economy, and this is where we're going to really get control of our lives, boys, because we can have a $50,000 a year guaranteed annual income, universal basic income they call it. We can have that. In fact, that's not out of line with what it should be, because if minimum wage had kept up with productivity since they ended indexing minimum wage to productivity in 1968, if it had kept up with increase in productivity since 1968, minimum wage would be $50,000 a year. That's a living wage, isn't it? You can live on that. And there should be no poor people. None. In fact, Benjamin Franklin went to England, okay, talked to the English, and they said, "Well, what do you do about the poorhouses? And he says, well, why would we need poorhouses? Because we don't have any poor to put in them. In the colonies, there were no banks, none. The English wanted us to use their monetary system, which had banks, the Bank of England, and we said, fuck no. We fought a war, and what happened? Washington and Hamilton gave it all away. It's written in the Constitution, Section 8, Article 5, Section 8, Paragraph 5, and it's there. You can look it up, and it's the power to coin money, which is the power to create money. Coin is an adjective, whatever an adjective is. Do you know what an adjective is? I have no fucking idea. I didn't learn that back in the second grade or third grade or fourth grade, and I still don't know. But you know what? That doesn't make any difference, because I have gained some knowledge that's really important, not just what an adjective is. The knowledge is money, the creation of money. And I learned it from a guy named Stephen Zarlinga, the co-founder of the American Monetary Institute, who wrote a book called The Lost Science of Money. And it's available to you from me for free. Stephen didn't like it that I made a copy of it. I copied the whole damn thing. It's an 800-page book. Most comprehensive history of money that's ever been done, ever been printed. And it's in a PDH form in my Dropbox. And if you send me a message, I'll send you a copy of it. And you can have it. And the American Monetary Institute charges about $80 for it. Now, when you read it on the PD form, you'll want to get a hard copy and contribute to the American Monetary Institute, which is what you'll be doing. You'll be contributing to it, and it will be giving you the knowledge of money from the very beginning, from paleo money. You know what money started as? As a gift of love to a friend. A feather, a stone, polished stone. That was money, and it was started to give a gift of love. Well, we're going to make money now a gift of love. Talk about love, and you think that connects you to hippies? Yeah, it does connect you to hippies. We're gonna be able to make it where the hippies and the Marxists, which are Puritans, are able to get along and work together. Okay, so young man, you're going to have an income which will give you a floor under your life. Okay, and you're going to have free housing. You're going to have free transportation. You're going to have free health care. And what else? Health care. Oh, education. Yeah, and in universities that we control, not the bankers. If a professor tried to teach the lost science of money at the University of Oklahoma, right down the street, it's 4 blocks that way, where I went to school and got a degree in money and banking, and never heard of any of the shit that's you're going to find out in the lost science of money. If a professor taught that, he'd find himself working for the ground crew, pulling up flowers. That's what they're doing right now. They're pulling up flowers, and I've got some of them. The University of Oklahoma does do a good thing. It plants mums in the fall, and this time of the year they pull them all out of the ground and let us neighbors have them. And so I just put my little batch of chrysanthemums in the ground just a little while ago, this morning. And, so anyway, I'm talking to you about the NEAT Act. It's a revolution. And it's probably going to take a revolution, and it won't be a velvet revolution, because the bankers will not allow it to be a velvet revolution. They'll do everything they can to kill us off. They've done everything that they can so far. I mean, they don't let us have this knowledge in school. How can you know about something you don't know about? Well, you can't know about it. It's not taught. And but you can get this book, and it's taught in the book, and it's going to be tough to read. Now, in the description to this video is NEDAC.org, which is a Green Party website, which is the NEAT Act is the monetary policy of the Green Party of the United States. I'm on the Banking and Monetary Reform Committee as a delegated observer. I'm not a member of the Green Party. I didn't want to become a member of the Green Party, but I'm a delegated observer, and I'll be watching them tonight. We have a Zoom meeting every Thursday night to talk about what needs to be in this website, and it's updated regularly. And go there, needact.org, and you get a lot of information there. You can't get a copy of the book there, but you can get the copy of the book off of me, and because these people were too fucking cowards to let it not be known that there is a PDF. And what did I say, a PDH? I was mixing up getting a doctor's degree and this website. So a PDF. We got a PDF of it, and you can have it and download it, and it is a fully searchable PDF. You want to look for a subject, and you can find it in it. And I guess you could even put in gold standard. And you don't want to use gold. Gold, or money, is a creation of law. It's not an asset, a material thing that you can bury in the ground or put in a vault. That's not money. I guess it can be, but it's not what we want. It's what destroyed Rome. Yeah, Rome was doing just fine until they expanded too far in their imperial quests, just like the United States is doing. And all of a sudden, the people in the outlying areas wouldn't accept the coins that they were creating in Rome, and made them convert to gold. And guess who then controlled Rome? The people that owned the gold. The people that Rome didn't fall because they were fucking boys. Rome fell because of the gold standard. Get that through your head. It set off the deepest, darkest depression the world's ever known, the Dark Ages. So, anyway, occupy the NEAT Act, learn about money. Then we've got to learn what we got to do, and it probably ain't going to be pretty, because the bankers are not going to allow it to be pretty, because they do not want this knowledge out. They do not want this legislation enacted. It ends their power. It ends their scam that they've been doing since 1778, since Hamilton and Washington gave them the power to create money. And Washington became one of the richest man in the colonies, or in the United States. And got to remember this, the way we're creating money in the NEAT Act is what Benjamin Franklin was talking about when he said, we don't have any poor to put in the poorhouses. Everybody's employed. The economies are good. They spent money into the economy that they created, the Continentals. And so, anyway, I think I will stop talking to you right now. I've been glad to talk to you. I like I like giving these little presentations because we need to get people curious about, you need to get curious about what this is that I'm talking about. And then we've got to figure out how to do a revolution. And we're going to have to defeat the entire United States. We're going to have to defeat it and reset it. And it probably ain't going to be pretty. So I'll be glad to talk to you anytime. All you got to do is message me. Bye now.